never stops. Welcome in here to Trainwreck today, 95. Things are just better in the 90s, folks, and we've been proving that the last couple of weeks and getting into the second half of this week. We're happy you're spending it with us, whether you're in a cubicle, whether you're on the road, whether you're at home hanging out on this hump day. I'm Maniac. We got Slick Al. We got Dreamboat Don in the studio, and he's got a new phone. Let's go. So think of all the good things you're going to do on that device. Speaking of devices, the one making it all happen in the saddle with us, we got producer Rachel and the chairman in the studio. But most importantly, before we get into anything else, before we get ahead of ourselves, we have got a first-round opponent for these Buffalo gut hockey Sabres. It's the Boston Bruins. It's kind of who we wanted. It's who we wanted. They're going thumbs down for the Bruins. We're giving the Batista, the Triple H thumbs down.
Hit him with a Batista bomb.
There was a little nervousness about the Senators. A lot of people were saying, like, I don't want to face the Senators. They're like, have favor, whatever. Well, now you've got the Senators going to face the Hurricanes. This is the best of all worlds.
Best possible scenario for Sabres fans who didn't want to face Senators and or Lightning Canadians. You got those two going head-to-head.
Yeah.
And then Senators obviously taking on the number one seed in the entire East, Don.
Yeah, I think obviously Montreal, Tampa, that's the matchup we wanted. Tampa having home ice. It was a pick your poison thing between Ottawa and the Bruins. Bruins, I'd say, are much less talented, but have a guy who, although he was a complete embarrassment in the Olympics, has kind of caught fire in net for the Bruins. And then over, you have Hutton in Ottawa, right? Who I'd say has
Olmark.
I'm sorry.
You got caught in those Sabres. I just felt so much PTSD going. Hutton being blind, all this stuff. Oh my gosh.
But Olmark there, who I don't think he's that great. Nothing to be scared of. But we're not talking ifs, ands, or buts. We got the Bruins in our sights, locked on. I'm geared up.
I think we're all ready to take on Boston this weekend, but we can't go forward without this final Game 82 tonight. Fan Appreciation Night, the FAN of it all. So getting into it, what is your guys' vibe for tonight? Everything is virtually clinched, right? Nothing else can really be switched. We're playing Boston whenever we're playing Boston. Everything else is all set. What is your investment level tonight? As a fan, are you almost giving yourself a game of rest here before you get back into this? How are you feeling going tonight, Slick?
I'm not giving it totally a game of rest because, we've come so far this season. It does feel like this could be a cool way to close out Fan Appreciation Night, getting the Tage bobbleheads. Obviously, I don't want Tage on the ice. You want like those top 5 guys probably resting, but I think it would be cool a cool omen to beat the Dallas Stars in honor of that 99 team that got robbed as a way to close out the season. You ended the drought. It would only be fitting on Fan Appreciation Night, Don. I don't know how you feel, but I'm not totally out that where we need to win, but it would be nice for the fans.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if we lose, but it's like I'll say the only thing I don't want is like a 5-1, like just
drumming.
Drumming, like laying an egg. Like if we lose. And the fashion in which it happens, I'm not going to be too upset, especially seeing that as who's in the lineup. Now, a lot of people, the popular thing is don't dress anybody. I like, dressing some guys and just giving them some limited minutes. That's just me. A lot of these guys are in great shape. Some of them more injury prone than others. And again, also, I think it's key to remember, we're playing another playoff team. No one's going to be going out there like greasing it up. You know what I mean? I hate to, knock on wood, but I just don't see Dallas or Buffalo going out and trying to cheap shot the other.
Nobody's throwing hip checks. Nobody's going knee on knee.
Both these teams are second in their conference and have bigger sights ahead. Yes, exactly. So I don't know. If Tage sits, I'm not going to be upset. But if he is in the lineup, I'm not going to be like, oh no, what are we doing? Because give him 6 minutes, give him 10 minutes. I'm fine with that, and let the guys stay loose. Because if we're not playing, from what it sounds like, till Saturday, based on all the mathematics going on with what's going on in Tampa's arena and Hockey Night in Canada and blah 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 on Sunday. Sounds like these guys are going to not skate for a couple days with competition. So that's where I stand. I'd like to see a couple guys in the
I think
lineup.
one guy that's going to be throwing his weight around the corner is Beck Malenstein after what
No,
we've
he
seen
doesn't
as a
take
player.
any shifts
Doesn't
off.
take a night
It's
off.
crazy to watch Beck Malenstein and just be like, this guy could become the fastest person on the ice right now every single time.
Well, I meant to put this in the brief. I commented it on Monday when we made it. You know, Beck is 4 hits away from the Buffalo Sabres single season hits record.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
They showed it on Monday on TV as a stat that he was 6 behind Foligno, and he got it. Or no, he was 5 behind Foligno. He got 2 more, so he needs 3 to tie, 4 to
to
take the
take
lead.
down.
So he's definitely going to throw his weight around tonight a little
So
bit.
yeah, Malenstein.
Wow, you didn't even know that. You were
I
kind of being
didn't.
prophetic in that.
I just saw him take that puck in the last game late in the game, and it was like, he never takes a night off, even late
And
in the
he was
season when
back
the
out
Atlantic
3
is
minutes.
clinched.
And who else doesn't take a night off? We got our guy 716 Sports Blizzard saying, "Hello, Maniac and crew, go Sabres."
I was going to say, they're all over
Boston.
Facebook,
Sabres.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Twitter, Twitch, Instagram.
I
Right
like
now.
your
Chris
content,
Farr, we got
guys.
Chris Spoder, we got
Where's the
Richie on
tailgate at before
Instagram
the
as
Sabres
well.
game tonight? Tailgate tonight before the Sabres game tonight is at Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara. We'll have Crossing Swords podcast live at 5:45 or thereabouts.
Yep.
About right into 15 minutes before puck drop. Don will be obviously in the barn. That brings us to tonight. As Dallas Stars a little bit. What do you expect?
At the end of the day, and I think you guys will both agree, so I'm not making like a crazy new point, is there anything more important than just everyone getting out of it healthy? No new injuries, no new nick-ups. The last time this team got 100+ hours of rest, that was coming out of the Olympic break. They went 12-1. So you tell me how important a little bit of rest can be for this squad, for this team that needs to get its mind. This team that's literally, this is not an exaggeration, been the best team in hockey the last 4.5 months. Yeah. This is an extended period of work. This is not a 20-game stretch. This is not a 2 to 3 month period. And yes, there was the 3 weeks for the Olympics, but 4+ months of the best team in hockey. Go out and be the best team in hockey for 2 months. You'll be immortalized.
Definition of
For
marathon,
sure.
not a
So
sprint.
yes, am I looking forward to tonight? Because the fans deserve tonight, right? The arena's been back.
For
We were
sure,
talking
yeah.
about how the barn has been growling this year. I mean, the barn probably wants to win tonight. So like the barn's not taking this. The barn's not taking this game.
That's
off.
what I'm saying. That's why I'm not taking it too lightly. I won't be in attendance. Obviously, I'm saving the pocket for the playoffs. But yeah, I don't think the fans want to just go out and do whatever to stay healthy tonight. Obviously, the guys that are in there will still play with some heart as they've shown all season and some gut, hopefully. And I don't think Dallas has as much to play for either. So
$80 for a ticket right now, around $80 on
so
most of the sites.
the barn still wants the action.
Yeah, on a weekday, that's pretty solid.
Yeah,
and especially a game where people might be off.
Yeah, and I'm looking. I feel like a lot of people season tickets. Maybe they'll be skipping this one, but that's great. It'll give a lot of fans that maybe have been wanting to see a game catch the last one. And I mean, this is just such a far cry too from prior years where I feel like they wouldn't do. Do they always do fan appreciation night on the last game?
Pretty sure. Last home game.
So like this has been the first one in a very long time that seems actually celebratory and not just like, yeah, like cool. You appreciate us like putting up with this terribleness.
My buddy was pretty jazzed up a couple years ago. I think he got like a Casey Middlestat signed jersey on the fan appreciation night of it all.
All right.
I know it's like the 50-50, right? If you haven't really hit on it like in a big way, I mean, you don't really appreciate it, but
I mean, 15,000 fans getting the Tage bobblehead is pretty huge.
that is pretty solid for sure. But yeah, that is the fan appreciation night. Speaking of numbers, there were some numbers from our guy Matthew Fairburn doing some work out there in the field. 97% renewal rate year over year for season tickets going forward. By the way, I don't know how that's only 97%. What happened to the 3%, Dreamboat? We lost 3% this year? 3% of the ticket holders saw it this year, and they're like, I don't want any more?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of maybe 3% of people moved away, got a new job. Maybe the 3% was Toronto fans.
That could have been that could be a fair take. That could be a fair take.
Or Canadian fans that were just buying it to get those games and then selling the rest. Anything that Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto wasn't playing in, they were selling away. And and it's tough times for our friends.
What I would assume is that like the typical retention rate is like 90%. Like, so you lose 10% typically, I assume.
Over the stretch we've had that or worse.
Yeah. So for it to only be 3 is really a massive win.
Great.
We had 3,000 new ticket holders, including
2 right here.
There we go. We're noobs up in the 300s
one.
With my people for sure.
Yeah, no, those are our kind of people.
So looking forward to being up there with my people.
Side note, playoff game that we're all at. We're gonna have to talk about this, but John's working on some 1970 club resis for the boys. So
all right, we might have the 1970.
Hot tech it. Yeah.
Wow.
Pinky's out.
Yeah.
Pinky's out against Boston.
We're about to get fancy.
Speaking of
drinking
which,
tea.
it is time to look at the big picture. It's time to look forward here on Trainwreck today to the Boston Bruins, round 1. First off, though, the Buffalo Sabres admin, our guy KH, getting some great momentum going into the weekend. The admin getting it done. A lot of receipts. You had the billboards with Whitney and Spittin' Chicklets and the 0.00%. You had some of the receipts, and Alex Jones gets a shout out. What a day! What a day!
I mean, it is crazy that you look back that clip, and it kind of brought me back because I feel like we won that game and we're catching fire. And I think like 2 days later we did Hot or Not. And I put Wit as my not. It's just so funny. Like, what are we at? Because everyone always talks about December 9th. That was the date, right?
Yeah.
That's the date that show airs. So literally, that's like he in a way turned it around. So like, love the dunking. We can kind of tongue in cheek thank him a little bit. But after seeing the admin going, I'm gonna start calling him the Badman.
I mean,
that's a bad man.
That's
over
a bad man for sure.
man.
We're gonna see the bad man this weekend for sure.
You know what? I thought he took it a little. He's such a nice guy that I thought he took it a little easy on some people. Some people stayed clear of the receipts that maybe should have been locked and loaded right in the barrel of focus.
You know, I love a good meta.
He did choose not to go after the one individual that melted down about freezing cold takes.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
What's her name?
What is the name? Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Sivian.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sivian.
Who said, I'm not crashing out. Don't tell people I'm crashing out for sure.
Yeah. So
this isn't even a crash out.
Yeah.
Maybe
freezing cold takes already got her, so he let her live.
Let her off the hook for certain. I'm just thinking, what did I lose it up? Okay, so we got the Bruins. Obviously, again, great day for the admin. Taking on, but now we fired a shot technically at the Whitney of it all, the Barstool. We have Barstool Sports. We got Boston Sports.
That was a great touch.
By the way, it's not just Barstool, but Chicklets too is full of. It's pretty much Boston guys and then a couple Canadians.
Boston guys, Toronto guys, all that we don't like.
That's basically it. We're going head first into the fire on them for sure, and obviously the Portnoys of it all. Even Massachusetts Cat.
And it is pretty poetic how that was how it all came to close in the last playoff run.
I agree. And Boston's obviously, I mean, they won their way into that spot, with like a 4-0. They got up to a 4-0 lead in that game and took care of their own business.
They were dead in the water earlier in the season, kind of like us.
Yeah. A lot of people said they wouldn't be making the playoffs this year, and they're
way back to a wild card spot.
Will be very interesting to see. How about the fans chanting, "We want Buffalo"? I mean, getting a lot of attention. A lot of attention, Slick.
I mean, you guys know what that does. It's never good news. I don't know why we're still doing that. They're still doing that in 2026. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass. Just saying. They don't want to mess with the Buffalo Sabres.
Not at all. I did just see, I missed this, but our guy Pete, shout out Pete too for getting the online store up.
Yeah, shout out PG.
PG posted a screenshot of Pat Moran. Blurred out. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. He did
PG
that?
subtweeting?
No, it wasn't. It was in receipt day, and Pat was a good sport about it today. I meant this happened only an hour ago.
I saw Sneaky Joe.
Oh wait, did Badman get?
So here we go.
I saw Badman got Sneaky Joe.
Yeah. So here we got Pete. This is Pat Moran. Dear Pete, take a good long look at this game, this team, this arena, and the fans in it. Got a lot of work to do ahead of your Mr. COO.
Oh, and I took
my God,
that
from 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so that was last night, and
That's
then,
outrageous.
Oh my God,
and
dude.
then Pat responded. He was a great sport though, and this is why I like Pat. Is he gets he's one of the guys where no butthurt, gets the game. Up, that's not the right. Where is it?
Oh jeez.
Now, before I even see Pat's response, I mean, when Pete G is like saying that I took that personally, like that's like getting stepped on by Godzilla. So like,
Yeah.
literally, like you kind of have no choice but to be like, "Thank you for stepping on me, Godzilla." Like, you know, like for sure.
Thank
Like,
you so much.
oh, that's all you think? Stepping on Godzilla, you'd be smushed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here you got
Can't
Pat.
say thank you at that point.
I like that you'd have a stubbed finger from Godzilla.
Well,
You got Pat saying, "Sir, you
Life
didn't have
size.
to blur out my name. I own that tweet, and I wasn't wrong at the time either." Love that. That said, happy to be your sole personal target on receipt
we
tape.
kind of doubled
Because Sabres are
down.
well done.
Oh, he didn't take that
I
too
didn't
well.
read. I read the first part. I don't think I read the second part.
Yeah, he kind of doubled down.
Yeah.
You know what? though? He has a point. It was his only receipt. Was Pat Moran?
Well, I mean, in all fairness, he's like, you got a lot of work to do. It sounds like job well done. He did the work. Here we are.
Yes. He could have posted the bush on the carrier with the mission accomplished for sure. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. That's very interesting. I wonder how long he had that one in the chamber. I wonder if the admin fired that one over like in the moment and then he sent it out.
Oh
But
no, dude!
you think he saved that for 2 years?
PG probably was like,
PG had that one in the roll for 2 years?
Yo, bad man, what you got for me?
Oh no.
And then bad man called and it's probably like, sir, we got him.
We do got him. Speaking, well, obviously Boston fans are saying they want Buffalo. You should want Picasso's Pizza, folks. Lock in those orders. It is going to be a busy weekend for the best pizza in Western New York. Get that best pizza at the best prices. Go to picassospizza.net and make sure your party is locked in for this weekend and more.
And rumor, I think we got some gift cards we're going to be giving out pretty soon. In
We
this
will be
playoff
getting some
pitch. So
gift cards. So
make
we'll
sure
be-
you're hopping in the chat, right?
gift card giveaways. We're going to be rolling that out officially Friday. So stay tuned for that and more on Trainwreck today. Excited about our partner Picasso's Pizza there. With that said, how do we obviously know we match up with a Picasso's Pizza very well. Let's talk about the Boston Bruins matchup of it all. Were you guys surprised to see -170, -180 for the Sabres in most spots?
A little bit. Just because obviously the Boston games are the gut games. It's the gritty rivalry we've always had. Obviously the history, last playoff series, the history with the 07-08 teams of it all. Lucic, Marchand, and then you have this modern day Boston team, a little faster, a little more skilled, but still gritty and try to drag you down to their game. But Don does have a point in the fact that we are the younger and faster team. I'll kind of let you expand on that point a little more, Don.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I was leaning around like between -180, 190. I just think they have the Pasternak line and that's it. And then they have Swayman and that's it. What's his name? Zibanejad on D. That's probably their best. They pretty much have one line on offense, one line on D.
Wait, they have a Zibanejad?
McAvoy.
What's his name?
McAvoy?
No. He's a former Sabre.
Wait, hold on. What happened?
He's a former Sabre.
Not Middlestat.
Zadorov.
Zadorov.
That's what I was
Nikita
thinking.
Zadorov?
Him and McAvoy's there too, but I think he's kind of the biggest physical force. I think he leads. He's up at the top of the league in penalty minutes. I'm pretty sure. I could see him and Stanley throwing down.
Stanley bait him into something.
Yeah, but we're front to back the better team, skilled, more younger. But this is a take care of business playoff mode. We're at home. I'm not going to be happy splitting. We got to go up 2-0.
Absolutely.
We got to go up 2-0.
Cannot split these games under any circumstances as a -180 for sure. You got to come out. You got to hit them in the mouth in game one. Then game two is going to be where the grit really gets tough. Can you follow up a game one? Because I think the arena and the vibe is going to take us in game one. And then I think we're going to have to muscle it out in game 2. Again, I'm not looking past them. That's just how I see it go.
You can't ride Cloud 9 into game 2, though.
No, of course not. That's what I'm saying. Game 2 is going to be tougher than anything. If you look at any series they've played in the past, when they have a big game in game 1, game 2 is always tougher. Game 2 is always more of a grind.
Yeah, now this is going to be interesting, too. Boston takes some of the most penalties in the league.
We got it. Darlene's got to be on his game. We have the worst power play.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like,
can we decline? Well,
here's my spin zone.
Example, because
here's my spin zone.
When you hear that, it's like, oh, perfect. Let's bait him in. We're perfect at getting guys in the box piling up, and then he's like, but our power play sucks.
Here's my spin zone. No better time to get right than in round 1 of the playoffs against a team that is in the box a ton and doesn't have a great kill. I think we can turn around. Hopefully, I mean, that's what I'm counting on. It can't get worse. It can't get worse.
I was sitting next to this great Southtowner during the Columbus Blue Jacket game, and literally, I was like, oh, like our power play could like get us sent home round 1. And then he goes, but if it gets hot, it could carry us all the way to a cup. I was like, damn, like that was like bars right there.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time to get. It'd be a perfect time to get. And like we said, they are tinkering with it, right? That it's not like they're like riding this into. They're trying to change different things.
We have no idea.
We're taking Lindy.
We honestly have no idea because he made the tinkerings. Last game still sucked.
Yeah,
we have no idea.
Bad.
We really have
Short-handed goal.
There's only
3 minutes
two guarantees for the line 1: Tage and Darlene.
Yeah,
we have no idea who else because we've seen Doan on the first line. We've seen Tuck was on the first line last time. We've seen Quinn out there. We've seen Zucker. We've seen Norris. Like it's real. We've seen Krebs here and there during the season. We've seen Oslin even get some time on the second one. Need him back. So we don't know what it's going to look like. I do too. My other take for this is everyone's really scared of Jeremy Swayman. Are you guys as scared as this guy as the general Sabres fans are?
Why would we be scared of him?
I always fear any goalie getting hot in the playoffs like I do, but I have just as much confidence that Ukko-Pekka is going to get scalding hot than Jeremy Swayman is going to be scalding
I actually
hot.
overheard some guys in the gym yesterday saying that was the key to the series. His words direct out of his mouth. Are we going to get Hasek Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen?
Hasek Pekka Luukkonen is a great one.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. So I thought that was a funny comparison. But yeah, like Ukko is big game changer for this series. The goaltending does obviously ride on that matchup.
Hasek Pekka Luukkonen or Hutton Pekka Luukkonen?
H either way. H1 or H2.
It really has 2 vibes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, but Swayman, I'm not. Yeah, I've just heard a lot of people be like, oh, like he's a really good goaltender. I mean, again, I go back to that Olympics game where I saw him. Every goal was terrible, and including one from the red line, which again, you might be like, that's just a fluke. But I'll give him credit. He caught fire post-Olympics. That's why Boston is where it is. I just think the Sabres offense is going to be too much. I kind of want Benson to run him just once too. I don't care if he gets. I'm
going to say,
I would get in his face.
Up 4-1 late in game 1. Like we need our guys to be ready, and I think we've talked about it in the pre-show or even just on the way to the show. A Sam Carrick reinforcement in like a game 3 of this series would hit like some late night grub for sure because I think you said it's going to be key to out talent them and overwhelm them in the first 2 games. Well, what's going to happen when you go back to their barn if you're up 2-0? They're going to be claws out. You know what I mean? So we need a Carrick in that spot.
Absolutely need Carrick in that spot. And God forbid you're going back into that spot 1-1.
Or even down 0-2. I'm saying either way you need Carrick back in that
spot
by game 3 for sure.
Absolutely.
So with that said, let's get into some buy or sell. Listen, we're talking about potential victories. Buy or sell. Sponsored by Victory Smoke Premium Cannabis Pre-Rolls for everyday wins. Coming soon to local dispensaries. Taste victory. We've got some buy or sells for this Bruins Sabres series, boys. So I'll cue it up and you know the deal. Ready to rock?
Let's do it.
UPL starts every game this series. I'm going to lead it off and I'm going to buy. I'm buying into my guy that he's going to get us through a series and he's going to look good doing it. Lyon is still a little iffy, I feel like, on the injury side of things.
Yeah,
Ellis playing tonight, so UPL.
Yes, exactly.
I'm buying for that exact reason. I think this is 4-1. Don't want to jinx a sweep, but I do think UPL plays every game this series. I'm going to buy.
UPL, I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to up the ante. If he gets a shutout this series, I'm buying 10 of the him shirts and giving them out.
All right, let's go. Let's go, UPL.
On the line, clip that.
I like to see that.
Yep.
Potentially giving out
for the
UPL
people,
shirts if we get a shutout
give
here.
the people 10. We'll give away 10 free him shirts if he gets a shutout.
All right, I'm going to change this one up a little bit. More goals from the power kill than the power play the first 2 games of the series at home.
I'm going to buy just because I think the Bruins are going to be in the box a lot. Or, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to buy.
He's buying either way.
I'm buying.
He's buying.
Seriously. I got jumbled, but I do think we're going to struggle to get this power play going for a little bit. Bruins are going to be in the box a lot, but I think we're also going to be in the box. Therefore, we're going to see some flip-flop of the power play, power kill. And Tuck's probably going to find one, get a breakaway or something on a penalty kill.
I am the power kill guy. I'm going to sell though. I'm going to sell. I need this power play to come alive.
I like the
really
idea.
do.
I like the idea.
It's nothing against the power kill. Again, like that's the thing. You can look at this glass half full, half empty. Is it because the power kill is so good or the power play is so bad? Based on the power play lately, they've been so bad. I need more out of them.
I like it. I think they get a power play goal in each game. Thus, the success of the power play is why this is a sell for me, for sure. The Bruins score exactly 3 goals every game. And not average, so not 4 and then 2. 3 goals in game 1 and 3 goals in game 2. I am going to sell this one. And not just because I'm buying in UPL. It just seems like UPL is getting off to a good start in games. I think we can keep the Bruins to 2 goals in one of these games, and that's enough to muscle out one of the wins.
Hell no. I am selling the utmost. I'm selling it all. Get it all out of here. Get it all off my porch. Take it all off my hands. Absolutely selling. I think arrested UPL has a potential for a shutout first game. So I don't think these Bruins are getting 3 in potential any game this series. I think we're going to keep it low scoring.
So I threw this in because I thought 2 was too easy where I would buy that. And 3, I put this in basically because I think Buffalo's offense is going to be able to net 3 or more every single game as well against Swayman, which a lot of, I know is a hot take, but I think we can get to him. That being said, I am going to sell though. I would not like, our goalie letting 3 in every game. Even if we are winning 5-3, I feel like people kind of be like, what's going on? So I'm selling that.
We were just talking about it. I will, like I said, I will sell as well. Sam Carrick returning to the lineup. They said, so again, this is the timetable. I believe they said he was week to week on April 7th, I want to say. That he was week to week and he would miss the start of the playoffs. We want Boston to see and Gatesy touched on it. There's going to be we want Boston tonight in the barn because of what they did. It was their preemptive shot for sure. But do you see the shot for Sam Carrick to return to the lineup? I am buying. I'm all the way in. This guy's not missing this game in this series if he can.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buying. Week to week, playoffs start the 18th, I believe.
Yep.
So that'll put it around.
That's 11 days from his week to week.
Almost 2. So I think then once you get to like game 3, game 4, it's a bit over 2. You're absolutely looking at his timetable for return. So I'm going to buy.
Yeah, I mean, and the question of if this will help push help the Sabres win a series, I'm buying this for sure. I mean, Sam Carrick returns, especially before your forecast is game 3, right? You think he comes back? He comes back by game 3. I'm buying for sure we're winning this series. I mean, his production with the fourth line was awesome. He was getting goals, setting up other guys with Malenstein. I mean, the line is still good, but it brought them from just a grinder line to this could actually be a couple goals.
And like we've been saying since we brought him in, he can contribute since he came in, whether it's goals, feeding guys the puck, back checking, fighting when you need a momentum swing.
Stat-wise, I mean, pace-wise, Sam Carrick was a 35-goal scorer on the same team. So it's kind of like, I mean, even if he comes back with just that little boost, I think it's been interesting how they've been able to tread water in a lot of these games, Chicago, Rangers, etc., without him. But you forget, I think, what a big boost he would be back and how awesome of a fit it was. We get so caught up in the Logan Stanley, the Loger Stanley of it all. That sometimes we forget about the Sam Carrick of that situation. To close it out with our buy or sell, let's go back to the Logan Stanley. 0 minor penalties. This is so tough because this guy has missed game. With that said, he's playing with confidence now. He had that 2-point game where Jack Quinn was like calling him out after the goal. I think he's feeling good. I think he's feeling confident in front of that arena. 0 minor penalties for Logan Stanley the first 2 games. I'm buying.
Wow. I'm going to sell just because I feel like there's going to be a scruff that gets broken up. Not a Lindy scruff, but a scruff between Logan Stanley and someone that gets broken up by the refs just before they get into major penalty territory. They each give him a minor 2-minute rough. I'm going to sell.
Okay. I'm going to buy. I think we see a fight out of him, get a 5-minute major for fighting. But I think, this one is tough. One of the biggest complaints, it seemed like he could not stay out of the box like 5-6 games in a row. Like you said, Maniac came alive with the confidence. And he realized he can be a part of this offense. We mentioned it. This guy's now going down low, and the defense is getting involved in the offensive cycling. It took him a minute to learn that system, that he'll have guys cover his back, and we want him to be more aggressive, not just a blue line statue. So I think this will help him stay out of the box and produce in a confident way. Yeah,
I got an additional buy or sell for you guys.
Ooh, bonus
round. Bonus.
Recently out of the lineup, healthy scratch, Zach Metza in the lineup, playoff game 1 at KeyBank Center. Buy or sell?
I got to buy. Logan Stanley looked better when he was playing with Zach Metza of it all. So I think we got to get Metza back in the lineup to help the gel, to help the vibe. And when Metza's been out there, he's been a weapon. We can't leave a weapon at home when we're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm buying. I think the healthy scratch was just to get Kesselring and Timmins some ice time. And we want that. We want guys loose. But I think Metz is going to be back. Buy it. Buy it all day.
I'm going to buy 2. I'm all for getting Kesselring some ice time, but the Timmins, I don't want none of that. Get the Shen out of here. Give me Metza Mania running wild through KeyBank Center, brother.
There we go.
Let's go. I love that from a buy or sell standpoint. Speaking of buying in, we had people buying in 68 competitors, 68 entities competing for the title of the best in Buffalo in the Buffalo bracket. And we've got a winner in the form of Totally Buffalo, taking down Sweet Buffalo, the co-host battle from Buffalo Social Club. I've got to say one thing I want to get out of this first and foremost. I already see people kind of these are partners. Yes, we're on the same network. Nobody would debate that. We're here on Herd of Buffalo together. But listen, we've brought in communities. We've brought in, West Side Gun and their crew, like that entire team. There were any communities that could have rallied behind this. There's a reason that the Bills, the mafia folks of everything have succeeded in the best. Why the Sabres goat head went all the way last year. Because there's huge communities behind this. Their communities rallied behind them, plain and simple, Slick. So that's why they made it to the finals, and that's why we had that showdown.
The votes don't lie. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Yeah.
They drew the most numbers across Facebook, X, and Instagram, and Totally Buffalo came away with the most.
I think this is historic. This is the first time we've included Instagram and X, or Instagram and Facebook as well as X. We got the metaverse in here now. So I think it goes to show how different platforms you can have, different followings. It happens all the time. Someone that's huge on Twitter, no one knows who the hell they are on Instagram, and vice versa. So I was saying going into this, I thought it was pretty awesome that we had 2 homegrown, local, real entities going. We love Josh Allen. We love chicken wings. We love our Bills tailgates. But these are 2 businesses. One's a nonprofit. One's just an awesome local businesses that supports a lot of other nonprofits as well. Going head to head, homegrown, and talked to both of them yesterday, and they were both just psyched to be in it. And Sweet Buffalo Kim, she's feeling good. It's her birthday week anyway, so
birthday week.
No sadness.
So, wow, for sure. So shout out the birthday week there. And by the way, I got people saying not my Buffalo bracket. Transit Drive-In ring a bell? You remember certain businesses and logos. So this is what this is all about. I love to see that. So the reason I don't mean to put any rain on the parade. Shout out Sweet Buffalo. Shout out Totally Buffalo, our winner of this year's one. But I just want to get the criticism of that is so silly. People always find a way to be like, this should be this. You could have voted. You could have rallied. The bottom line is their community's dead, and that's why they got their shot.
Also, not my Buffalo bracket. What other Buffalo bracket are you fucking looking at?
To put things in perspective, like the with X and Insta, like I'll say the top vote getters, like the Josh Allen's baby and like the Sabres meaningful games and stuff.
Josh Allen's baby went down.
Yeah.
That's
from
crazy.
Totally Buffalo. That's
yeah.
so like
Still shot.
Yeah. So like
I'm
those
sorry.
are
I love
averaging 300, 400 votes. Totally Buffalo is putting up 2K votes on Facebook.
Yeah.
So and two, none of those are bots, and it's not anonymous. So that's also the funny thing. You can click on and see. There's some bad blood that might have been brewed a little bit.
I heard.
Because you can see on Facebook who votes for what. And we actually got a DM, hey, can you vote for, I'm not going to say which, in the finals. I don't want the other person to see that I voted for someone else.
Yes.
We couldn't do that. We can't do that.
That's like when Instagram had that feature that showed you what the people you're following were liking, and like people were getting in trouble in some hot water.
Dude, that was on X forever.
Yeah, those were great. That was
Twitter
crazy.
forever.
That was so messy.
You would
You
would see politicians like a thirst trap or a porn
on
picture.
Twitter, it was outrageous. It was outrageous.
Well, Twitter, you'd have to go looking for
There
it.
was
Like
a Buffalo
Instagram,
legend who got with one of those. Like, if you want more pics, reply like more, and he replied more.
Well, no, so like even before you had the likes tab on, it would pop up so and so like this.
Yeah,
on
no,
Twitter.
I do remember that
like,
every now and then too.
Oh, it was a news feed of like that gossip. It was the messiest thing ever. This person followed this person.
Yes.
You can hate Elon for a lot of things, but getting rid of that was great.
It was good call. It's just
I can now like my thirst trap picks in peace.
Well, speaking of giving credit to a new era, the play-in era grows in the NBA. People said the best play-in game of all time last night in the short history. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
It's with the short history, short track record. Yeah, I would say so. And it's between two teams I never really thought I'd be saying. I guess like Heat, like they've been in the play in a couple years.
You'd expect the Heat to be in the normal playoffs, top 6.
You'd expect them to be up there, and then you'd expect Charlotte to just not be making that 9 or 10, 7, 8 realm at all. But credit to them, they have an exciting team in Charlotte there, and they're moving on as well. Heat looking to battle back after that 9-10 matchup now, I guess.
Yeah, that last play with LaMelo Ball, he makes the layup, they go up, and then they go back the other way. I just thought it was funny. They try to get the shot at the buzzer, and it looked like almost like NBA Street, where you have like 4 guys.
Yeah, a guy came out it was insane.
Like there's like 3
insane.
guys like all in a pile, like glassing the ball. And listen, man, football, we were all over Charlotte, Carolina. This might be my dark horse because my guy's back with a new song.
Buzz City?
Yeah.
$100,000 on a basketball team.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, did he perform last night?
He came out with right before the play, and he came out with a new song. It's like this. I sent it to
you
the
didn't
group
see
chat.
the new song?
I saw the new song, but I didn't know he came out.
I mean,
right
they're
before
silly.
the players. You're saying?
No.
No. I mean,
I'm
maybe
thinking about it.
not have him in like actual round.
I'm thinking
one.
about the Eagles run they went on with Gilly.
Yeah, it's Gilly.
They
the
should.
Kid, yeah.
They should get him in there.
Gilly
Get
was
him
in the
arena.
damn like car outside the arena.
Bro,
like
Gilly like walked through the tunnel with the players.
Gilly walked out. He ran out of the
I think he had
during the
the
NFC
flag.
Championship. It was
Oh
insane.
my God, yeah. I mean, folks, keep doing what you're doing online. You could be just running onto the field in the NFC Championship one day.
Seriously. But yeah, so very exciting there. Now, equally exciting on the other side, we've got this guy, Denny of DJ. And you know what? Maybe the happy hours hoops people are going to give me hell, but we got people dropping 40 points technically in playoff games. I don't even know who they are.
No, this one threw me for a loop too because I saw the play-in schedule and I was like, wow, the Trailblazers rallied to a play-in somehow. And then, yes, this happens, Maniac. Not even just a 40-piece, double-double with 12 assists, not rebounds.
This guy's a 24 points per game guy.
So we should have
known him.
We realistically should know who he is. I guess it's just because of the dark horse Trailblazers of it all. I didn't
West Coast.
Late games, didn't see them sneaking into the play-in like this. And then you have this 41 double-double with 12 assists, 7 rebounds. And this is not like a small guard either. This guy could have had 3 more boards.
Oh, look, speaking of the birthday girl herself, Hey, Trainwreck sports fam. I hope you're having a sweet day.
There we go.
Love you, Kim.
Having a
birthday.
very sweet day. Happy early birthday, Kevin.
Happy early birthday.
Happy
But yeah, this I woke up
to
and I was like, my gosh, this is modern day NBA Maniac.
Yeah, it is for sure. So great start to the play, and we'll see if the NBA can keep up momentum there. You know who couldn't keep up the momentum? The dance parties, the flash mobs, hiring PGA golfers. It wasn't enough for LIV. Apparently, the implosion is imminent. And you had to see this coming. Once all the guys, Brooks and Co. started coming back to like PGA, what was the selling point of LIV anymore? Like they don't have the exclusive guys anymore.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the guys. Like this is like best case scenario, right? If
The guys who copped the bag, it was basically
you took the money and ran, literally.
They basically had 3 to 4 years.
And you're just gonna go back to the PGA like nothing happened.
3 to 4 years of bad PR. And you got like 200 to 300 million, and now you're back like welcome like a hero.
Yeah. Buy your second, third house.
Yeah,
Good.
well, get that.
Get the vacation home.
Yes.
Go get the keys to the mansion.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, everything's so the Saudis, they've had some bad PR lately too. So
yeah.
I was seeing that was going to happen eventually, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Did all that just to go and blow the Masters.
Throwing money at a problem, it only works to a certain extent.
Yeah, I mean, think about even in the NFL or in sports, right? You typically don't, like if you have a big free agency period, you're not like typically going to be successful. You have to, you have to gel. You have to build that organically.
Exactly.
For certain. Speaking of organic, what are you looking at?
I like your socks.
Yeah, I do. I do have the Bills socks on today. That you can see the red and blue. Speaking of red, white, and blue in our nation's capital, Ovechkin done. Did we see this? He didn't do any handshake. He went right off, and now he's not in the playoffs. Is he done?
I don't think he's done.
I think he's gonna come back.
I think he's gonna come back.
I think he's
gonna
come if he can keep playing. I think he's going to, and especially because
stem cells.
He's been, yeah, maybe just Pepsi in the water bottle on the bench.
Pepsi in the water bottle on the bench would be big.
Yeah, I think he's coming back.
It's like
I think he just loves playing. He reminds me of like Jaromir Jagr, where if Jagr could still play in the NHL, like he would. Yeah. He's still playing right now, like in his like late 50s. So like
he's playing over in Europe.
Yeah,
what a psycho.
And he plays for the team he part owns.
Oh my God, that's literally like a Bill Russell situation. Yeah. He's probably owning the team, managing, coaching, and playing. And
still, he's not. He doesn't have a family though, so he's still like banging like 25-year-old blondes. Like,
he's been doing that for
days.
I'm not saying speaking on it. I'm just saying that's what the guy does.
I mean, that's his protocol. Jagr's the Leonardo DiCaprio of the NHL.
I mean, at that one Hall of Fame, what was the speech where he like blatantly was like,
said his girlfriend wasn't old enough to have remembered him playing.
Yeah, she's like, she wasn't born while I was playing.
Like, dude, what? Like you should have heard that one coming out of your mouth and realized that was a massive problem. And I will tell you what is not a massive problem is getting the best memorabilia you or any other fan you know could imagine from our friends at TSE Buffalo. It doesn't matter whether it's hockey, football, lacrosse, or more. They've got every sport. They've got every player you could think of at TSE Buffalo. I know Zach Benson's a smaller guy, but he could fit his head in this? Sign puck. Cutting it short, we had an investigation we were talking about on Monday. The Athletic was looking into it. The investigation is apparently over. Rossini resigns. Just to be clear, there's nobody feels good about this, right? It's more just like it's crazy, and I think the storyline right now at this point is what's going to happen in the Mike Vrabel of it all, where it seems like there's no rules, and it's just going to go kind of like swept under the rug.
Yeah, I mean, there's like this whole thing. People are talking about how Vrabel like plastered all over the building, like make good decisions on and off the field. So there's like some, comedy in that. But listen, I said on Monday's show, Patriots are an organization of cheaters, hypocrites, and liars.
It's all there, Patriot way.
And including their owner. So I don't see anything happening. The unfortunate thing is a lot of people are going to say this is a double standard. Here's the thing. If you are a reporter and you're having sexual relations with someone, you're going to get inside treatment. It's the classic scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If you're a coach, banging reporters isn't going to affect your job ultimately. Well, it will as a reporter doing the reverse. I'll flip it this way. If Skip Bayless was banging Mike Vrabel and it got found out,
that would be crazy.
He'd probably lose his job too.
Be a good
so
one.
if it was a guy like banging for inside stories,
there was the Jameel Hill tweet of this.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Jameel?
Yeah.
The Jameel Hill tweet. Listen, I even used to think about some things that Jameel said. I mean, an unbelievable tweet, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be very interesting to see.
Skip Bayless is banging Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see the Mike Vrabel outcome of it all, because we had to hear all season long from people about how the Patriot way was back. And the football wasn't any indicator. If you wanted an indicator about how the Patriot way is back, you're looking right at it in the form of this scandal with Rossini. So we'll see how that all unfolds. No, the resignation letter didn't really say much.
Wasn't it you who said, Don, like, clearly there's fire at this point? Like, if she's resigning.
There was nothing denied in this letter whatsoever.
Also, it got leaked, the internal message the Athletics sent to all their staffers.
What was that again?
It was basically like, she's decided to resign. We wish her the best. She was great for us. But then they made it clear after an initial investigation while we were supporting her. So I'm paraphrasing, but there were some concerning elements that came up that required us to do a deeper investigation. Sounds like when they decided to do that, Rossini was like, I'm out.
She was pissed. She was pissed on the messaging. You said that.
And even, so that's the thing is like anytime and in her letter, she doesn't really dispute a whole lot. She says, I stood by my initial statement. Her initial statement, by the way,
was completely incorrect. Said it was like a friend's trip.
Yeah, it was a girl's trip. Everyone's saying this. How many girls' trips at a 5-star resort have you ever had with no pictures, no evidence, no Instagram posts, no girls group pics, no pictures of food, no nothing? We have no trace of this girls' trip, and it's never been mentioned again.
Every girls' trip has been documented. Producer Rachel?
Oh, 100%.
Also, resigning after they're like, no, we need to deep further into this investigation and lay out the evidence. That's like, and being like, oh no, I'm going to resign. That's like if your lawyer is like, that's absolute bullshit. My client, my defendant did not do that. And they're like, all right, here's the tape. And your lawyer just leaves the courtroom.
Listen, we have to be respectful of the situation because there's a profession you got fired.
Yes.
But we agree. I think we're all on the same page. You only resign because you're about to be
fired.
Yeah,
like that's the only reason.
Which they might have even told her.
Yeah,
they're like, hey, like, listen, this happens in the business. And two, like I said, anytime you attack the way the message is and not the message,
you're right.
That is what the letter says. It is like these attacks on my family and my reputation, but it's like, but you're not disputing if any of them are true.
My new thing is that it doesn't matter whether it's Amanda Batula and Wes Wilson, doesn't matter if it's Diana Rossini. If your statement has like 4 paragraphs, like with like different like points that I remember, like too much. Like, you know what I mean? Because the statement is just to be like, I'm against this. This shouldn't have been done this way. Like, this is my statement on this, and I'm done. Like, that's how you should do it. When you go to all that, and it's like, I initially stood by the other, like, you're like, all right, I'm already too much in the weeds.
Yeah, and I'll wrap up my take on this point because I did see a great point online. People brought up the old Adam Schefter where he emailed a GM the article and was like, do you want anything taken out? Listen, if this results in a comeuppance for that kind of behavior, which is also wrong, like, because as far as I'm concerned, that's getting in bed and fucking somebody that you're working with. Is if you're saying if you're allowing them really because if you're allowing them to basically use your mouth like a puppet and say what they want, then your journalistic integrity is also shot.
Coach of the Year votes.
Yeah,
AJ Brown storylines. There's a lot of play.
So that's the thing. Diana Rossini isn't the only one. There's a lot of top dogs that have fucked their way to the top without getting, and not in a sexual way. I'll put that have been men. So if this leads to a cleanup of the whole thing, I don't think it will. Unfortunately, that's just the entertainment biz. But if it does, and it at least allows outsiders and fans to say, like, wait, this wasn't right either, then I welcome it all.
Are you not having sex with Mike Vrabel?
Might be.
Okay.
If he came on the show, would you fire me?
Yeah. Ready, willing, and Vrabel.
If Mike Vrabel comes on the show one day, just know.
HR just looking at this like, Excuse me.
We have. As we're getting out of this, I think we have minor breaking news, but I think Sabres fans want to know this. Drive-through rally this Friday at
What?
Tops Friendly Markets. There's one in Orchard Park. You're going to get a yard sign. I'd love to see the city plastered with these yard signs.
Wait, what is this?
Free yard sign. Most supplies. It's
Free
a
yard
drive.
sign.
This
So
is
they
from the
can
Sabres official
do a
page.
little sponsorship.
Sabretooth alumni and more. And then we got the Transit Road Tops, the one that put up the logo. You know, they're going to have additional pickups there and all these other places. Listen, yeah, I want to see this. This isn't a Tops ad. This is more of a Sabres fan shout out. I want to see the city littered with those lawn markers. So. For
certain. Speaking of littered, the WWE fans have had enough. We're getting into WrestleMania week here, Slick. We'll definitely have some content the second half of the week, getting into the night 1 and night 2 of it. Rock, McAfee, where do you land? I think this is all bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think there's any
conjecture.
I don't think there's any fire to this smoke. It seems that they were just scrambling to fix something that the fans did not receive well. They're trying to fix it through kayfabe by the wrestlers saying they didn't receive it well either. And then apparently orders coming in from the higher ups, Maniac, that people can't touch McAfee prior to WrestleMania. That's where the smoke is with people think there's fire. Do you think the higher ups are the final boss?
Yeah, I think they're ordering the code red from the TKO exec board. Yeah, I mean, they're making money, so they're saying we're making money, so we're making the right calls. That's all that matters.
I think there's a possibility that they're scrambling and hit the emergency dial on Rock.
Yeah.
And that is going to turn into that, especially with Cena hosting. There's something
it would
to
be
be there.
Actual good storytelling.
There's something to be there if Cena comes back when The Rock is out there with possibly Pat McAfee, Randy Orton, who was notoriously Cena's longtime career rival, setting a record in his own right. And Cena goes and rights the wrong and say, hey, you made me go and turn on the business for this bullshit, which would be them trying to cover up their own mistaken kayfabe again. So really, they're just twining themselves into one big mess all around.
Speaking of one big mess, I know that he loves WrestleMania's up. I just saw our guy Pat Moran pop in on the Instagram.
Oh, wow.
So shout out Pat Moran getting the Pete Guelli.
Could we see a Pat Moran Pete Guelli match?
Pat versus Pete could main event
Iron Man,
for sure. Yeah, Iron Man match for certain.
Speaking of this, did you guys listen to the Man Shane pod? Cody Rhodes.
No, not yet.
I saw the clips. Yeah, but yes.
There's some spicy. I don't know. Like this isn't.
Shane thinks McAfee's awesome, dude.
Well, no, like so. First,
Don, you really
Shane
don't think, you really don't think they're just trying to sell like the story that these wrestlers are pissed that McAfee's like come in all of a sudden?
Yeah, they're trying to lean into it.
They're trying to lean into why the fans are mad.
Well, I'm sure there's an element to that, but it's an hour-long conversation where like he's talking about his like history and coming. So there is like an element of the guy being himself, I think. But
agreed.
But Shane's definitely like setting him up. I'll say this: he starts off the conversation being like, because their other friend Lemaire, he's like the bigger like black dude that produces a show. He is like a diehard WWE fan. And Shane's like, go talk your shit. And Cody Rhodes says like, yeah, go ahead, talk your shit. Cause I'm not gonna, and he was like, he's very like cage-ish about it. And then eventually kind of
opens up a bit,
says like, yeah, like Pat's got to have some people around him that tell him no.
What was that quote from Bryan Danielson? I love lying. Cody Rhodes taught me how fun lying is.
You guys listen to it when you're driving around town for an hour running errands or something. Because I'd like to, hear your perspective on it.
Hopefully we could all listen to it on a ship up to Boston later in this playoff series.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about shipping in. We have a crash in line on that note from our friends at William Mattar Law Offices. It's not a crash out line, it's a crash in line for today, Don, because we have a special edition.
Yeah, I opened up the floor to our Sabres fans. We haven't gotten any Sabres calls all year. And I'm like, guys, things are going great. I get it. But we're okay. No crash outline. I get. Let's crash in. Let's get some texts and some calls. Got a couple texts and some calls. So let's open it up with the text right here. You got Go Sabres. So glad they won the division. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo emoji. Yeah. little tame, little limp, but I think we got more pop out on the next one.
Hey, we're all loving
the E before the
win.
R. I like it.
Yeah. Well, it could be worse. It could be the Sarbes.
The Sarbies. Do you like the Sarbies? Are you team Sarbies?
It could become a funny joke.
I'm Teen Sardine.
I think if they go all the way, it's Sarbies maybe permanently.
Yeah. Sarbies on the warpath.
Sarbies on the warpath.
All right, next text we got. Boys are buzzing. Never a doubt. Round 1, the bank will no longer have a roof. Go Sabres. Now, this is the text I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I can see it happen. I'm telling you, 8 p.m. Oof. 8 p.m. Saturday, maron, as they say.
A lot of time to prepare for first playoff.
A lot of time to make sure your mind is right before getting in there whipping that towel.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I might throw out a shoulder blade.
Seriously.
And then we got a call from a young Sabres fan.
All right, dial it up.
Let's go Buffalo. We are headed to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's go first in the Atlantic Division, baby. Let's go. I'm 15 years old, and this is my first time seeing the Buffalo Sabres in the playoffs. I'm beyond stoked. Let's fucking go Buffalo, baby.
Whether he said stoked or stoned, they're both equally as great. And the fact that this is the first playoff in this kid's life. Yeah, this is unbelievable.
15-year-olds, you can call on. You drop an F-bomb.
I was going to say,
your parents. We won't tell on you.
I don't want to hear from our partners that we're not hitting the key demos. Tell that 15-year-old that we're not hitting the key demos right there for sure.
And then we have one more call. This isn't Sabres. This is just funny for me that someone has been holding on to so much.
Yeah, this was something
from the Bill season. That this is a call we should have gotten in January, end of January.
We got this call on an off day too.
I don't know if he just woke up from like a Rip and Winkle like nap or something like that. Whoever that guy is that slept for like 40 years.
Dad, you just woke up from a 1-year coma. Joe Brady's the head coach now.
It's gone unfrozen. Yeah. Evacuation come.
Yeah, I mean, even a 1 year ago situation, you had McDermott, you had Lindy Ruff, like legacy on the line, like faltering.
People were
kind of
saying hot seat last year.
We actually, but yeah, let's get into this. Wait, do we have the McDermott call?
Well, here we go.
Okay.
What the hell are we doing? Why did we fire him? It wasn't his fault. It was so nearly perfect. It was a catch during the Broncos game. It was a mother flipping catch. I don't care what anyone else says. It was caught. It wasn't McDermott's fault. No one fired him. It was stupid. I hate it. All stupid.
All right.
Dude still hasn't healed. I hope that call helps you heal because
you can hear the
time traveler or something.
You can hear the vitriol
in the DABDA 5 stages of grieving. I feel like he's still at A.
Oh, he hasn't gotten.
He sounds like he hasn't left the Broncos stadium.
Yeah, he might still be in that upper deck for sure. Thank you for hanging out in the cheap seats with us here on Trainwreck today. 95. We got some great Sabres merch. We got the Tagenator shirts. We got the Metsamania. We got some more on the way. Flying off the shelves. Shout out everyone checking out the store there. For our stores for the series ahead. So we don't know exactly when this game is, but for game 1, Sleck. Lot with Game Day Buffalo. Tailgate.
Across from the Hofbräu House, Game Day Buffalo, taking a stab at something different. A hockey tailgate, the goal zone, per se. Yeah. Golden goal zone. All you can eat, all you can drink, per usual. The Game Day hospitality vibe, music, live entertainment. We'll be doing a Crossing Swords podcast live, presumably. And, whatever time that game is, whether it be Saturday or Sunday, rain or shine, across from Hofbräu House with Game Day Buffalo.
Yeah, don't worry about getting your own, seat at a bar or anything before the tailgate. Just buy in for our Game Day Buffalo experience. Again, this weekend, we'll be in the lot across from Hofbräu House. Now, the other games, we're still coming up with details, but for Game 2, we'll be hanging out with our friends at Other Half at the base of Seneca 1 Tower. And then for Game 3 and 4, again, still locking in these, but Sports City Pizza Pub, Game 3 and Game 4 for those away games for sure to start out this Boston series. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're hanging out on this train with us at Herd of Buffalo. Looking forward to that very much. Besides that, boys, we got WrestleMania this weekend. We got Herbal Mania with 420 and more on the cusp of this weekend. It's a busy time. It's trail season. We got NFL Draft 1 weekend a day away.
Yeah. NBA playoffs ramping up as well.
we're spoiled, but let's thank our lucky stars.
Banditos.
We're not going to have a home Sabres game during the NFL draft because we would have had to
That would have
cut
been tough.
ourselves in half.
Yeah, that would have been very difficult.
tough.
For sure. So yeah, we're working on having boots in the ground in Pittsburgh for that game. We might get on the road with the Sabres. We'll see how it goes. But either way, we appreciate you being along for the ride with us. Herd of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We have producer Rachel on in the saddle with us. We had the chairman. I think we took care of everything. We crossed off as this, so I have to make sure. We got producer Don on the ones and twos. Slick to my left. Any final shout outs, boys?
I just got one thing to say.
I was ready for the warpath.
Yeah, I
That
was
too.
too.
Let's go. Let's have a great fan appreciation night. Let's have a great second half of our weekend, and we can only do that by having a good day now.